So this is the start of part 4. I'm heading back out to Drew's to do some more work. This week I am doing tray mounts and a little bit of rust repair. I've spoken to the engineer. If the last body mounts were any more than 200mm from the back of the cab, then we'd need to add some. I think mine are about 300 or 400, so we've got to add 2 body mounts. I don't know how I'm going to do those yet exactly because my rock sliders are in the way, but if need be, then I'll add the body mounts and worry about the rock sliders later. The body mounts are more important because that's what I need to get the car signed off. He also gave me some advice on how he needs the tray mounts welded. There's a few rules around that, like you're not allowed to weld perpendicular to the top of the chassis. You're only allowed to weld parallel with the chassis on top of it. You're not allowed to weld over the shoulders of the chassis, some other things like that. So he gave me some good advice and tips on how to go about the next few steps. And I also got some body filler to fix up some patches where we did some welding in that. And so my aim for this weekend is to get the body mounts gone from the back, 2 more added in underneath the body, the tray mounts welded on, and some body filler and primer done. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. So I've got the tray mounts here from Ash at our TYRES 4x4. They're all like perfectly cut out. They're pretty much exact replica of the GU tray mounts. So I'm just doing all the fillet welds in the top of them.
Tryna find a way to win. I the guy that's when it all begins. I don't need a rollie on my wrist. Perfect timing, God with the assist. I've been working since I was a kid. I just gotta keep my head up. Running, I'm never gonna let. I'll never feed the haters cause they fed up. They still tryna find a way to win. I the guy that's when it all begins. I don't need a rollie on my wrist. Perfect timing, God with the assist.
Just wrote on them 1D 120, which means first one driver's side 120 from the back of the chassis. Just makes it easier when I go to fit them all up.
I know they don't want the crown. They tell you like 7 a pound. You in or you out. You better stop running your mouth like I was saying, no shooting me down. Ever since, I'm a saint. Leave it all in the paint. In my bag on the way to the bank. If you taste, then you know you're fake. Super precise, we don't gotta aim. They see us coming on, what a flame. Got a vibe with the game. You know my name, you don't know my pain. They counting me out. Every second, you know.
So that's it anyway. Got all the mounts welded up. You just have to do the fillet underneath and then weld in the additional plates in there. And then Ash includes some really good directions that help you get it lined up on the chassis. It basically involves just clamping all the mounts in the right spot to a straight edge. And then you sit that on the chassis and you're able to tack all the mounts into the right places all in one go, which is pretty handy. I'm glad he did the work, and so I don't have to. So thanks, Ash. Give him a follow on Instagram. He's Altera 4x4, ALTERA 4x4 on Instagram, and he's called The Groundwork on YouTube. I've talked to him a fair bit since I've been chopping this, and he's super helpful and willing to give me heaps of advice, and he's been doing this sort of stuff for a long time, so it's a really good help. I think I'm going to call it there and go to bed and pick it back up tomorrow. I might try and get those mounts all the way welded tomorrow. Alright then, come and tell me what I've done wrong, Drew.
Does it look that? Is it welded?
It's welded.
There's nothing at all.
Right. Nothing.
Nothing.
No lessons.
Right.
Yeah.
Feel like John Moran, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now, told him on the lay. I've been moving, dog, yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say. I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face, they all just burning bridges.
So again, these tray mounts are from our TYRES 4x4. One of my mates, Ash, he sorted me out. They have really good instructions. So if you're going from a wagon to a ute, these tray mounts are the way to go. They're pretty much exact replicas of the factory coil cab tray mounts.
I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it, dog, like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Moran.
So it's another weekend. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I'm under a bit of a time crunch. And so I've just been doing a lot of work and not filming it. So I'm gonna give you a bit of a rundown what I've done in that time. I have done a video in the meantime of installing Jonesy's reduction gears. So I'll post that, but I'm not sure whether that'll go up before this or not. So anyway, I'll give you a run through of what we've done. Starting from the front, I have removed the bull bar and the winch. They're hanging up in the shed, and that's because I am putting 2 new guards on here because my old guards were super rusty and it had rib nuts all through the edge of it, and it was cut disgustingly for 37s, and they were bashed with a hammer. You know, I was on a time crunch to make the 37s fit at the time, so yeah, they're toast. So I've got 2 new guards, and this time I have welded a lip into it so that I can attach rubber flares or whatever the case may be, and just to give it a bit of a strength, because when you cut them and you don't put any plate in there, they become really weak and flimsy. So I've welded those in, blended it all in, and they're all primed. And I got this other side off a friend, his name's Aiden. Same thing, cut it, welded a thing into there, and this will all get cut out for my big snorkel. Added tray mounts, again, thanks to Ash at Altera 4x4. He's got a YouTube channel, The Groundwork. These are coil cab replica mounts, so they fit really well. They come with the chassis plates that you have to include. I've also put in an exhaust, so that's got a hot dog just to pass the roadie. And I got a new piece for the tailpipe, and I've tacked it on there for now, but a complete exhaust for the roadworthy. Another thing, the engineer wanted me to add 2 body mounts, so that's one there and one there, because the next body mount is more than 200mm forward. So I've added some body mounts. And the other thing I've been doing is just wherever we've had to cut stuff, weld stuff, putting a little bit of body filler in. So this body's been done, that's been done here. And I've just started doing this side. This side had the trim on it, so that all got body filled and fixed up. I've just got to do this one here and a little bit on the back, and then we'll be able to prime and paint. The other thing I've done is all the interior. So I just painted it with a rattle can, Toyota Merlot, because that's what colour the outside's going to be, and put all car builders through it. I also added some new seat mounts because mine were rusty. If you've got a GQ, I'd advise you check your seat mounts, because chances are they're rusty as hell, because for some reason Nissan didn't paint them. Thanks, Nissan. Hopefully that gets you a bit up to date on what's been happening. Been doing a lot behind the scenes. Like I said, I've got a bit of a time crunch, so I've just had to smash some things out. Sorry I haven't filmed absolutely everything, but like I said, it's time to just get some stuff sorted. I'll still film everything I can. Episode 5, I'm probably going to be body feeling and priming. And then episode 6, probably be paint. And then I'll be able to get the headliner in, the back window in, the windscreen in, and then I'll be able to start on the tray. So yeah, thanks for watching, and sorry about not filming absolutely everything. But I think I'm back on schedule now, and I'll be able to film some stuff again. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Heaps of my watchers apparently aren't subscribed, so if you want to keep up and see all these, then subscribe and share it with a mate. Cheers. There's my hat, lost it on the way in.